Good morning, welcome to day 106 of my Munros challenge. So today I'm parked at Thursit car park. I'm walking route number 122 to Munros, Chno Dearg and Stob Coire Sgriodain. A bit of a late start today, mid-morning now, and gonna get on with it. I'll show you the first one. There we go, I think that's Stob Coire Sgriodain up there. That looks hard work. That's not the Munros, by the way. Munros beyond there, that's just a pre-top, if you like. So there's a very faint track winding its way through all this bog cotton, and it's not as marshy as you'd think actually, but it is a little bit squelchy, but not too bad. Just looking back down, the path is very gently rising. It's a nice little path actually. I think very shortly it's about to get steep, because I do believe we're going straight over the top of that lump ahead. So it's started to rain and it's become pathless. I'm going to make way up that grass gully up there onto the top, and then we've got to look towards the true top then, which is a fair way away still. So I'm almost at the top of this grass chute gully, and there's a faint footpath. You can see tracks, so obviously other people have decided this is a good way up as well. So at the top of the grass ridge I picked up a very faint path heading in the general direction of the top, which is some way beyond over there. The clouds just cleared for a minute because I've been in thick cloud, just so I can take a quick video really. But that's the general direction of the top, which is where we're heading. Wow, the clouds have just lifted momentarily to give us a very slight view of the loch below. Wow, we're heading up here into the cloud, not too far to the summit now. Here we are at the top of Stob Coire Sgriodain. Very, very windy. I've dropped straight over the other side. I'm going to try and loop round to the next Munros. I have to say it's quite a rocky, undulating path. You can see the ups and downs in all the rock and scree. So the next Munros is up there in the cloud, I'm afraid. Quick pan round and see where we've come from. Just got a bit of shelter behind this rock. Try to get out of this one. So we're on a grassy track now, quite a nice grassy track. It looks like a quad bike's made it, and it's heading up towards the summit. Maybe, I don't know, 150 metres of ascent. Is this the top? Chno Dearg! I have to sit down because I can't stand up in the wind. It's ridiculous. So I just took a bearing off the top, and I'm kind of heading through all these rocky outcrops, just getting some respite from that wind. I'll get safe out of this lot, and then I'll take another bearing, I think. So I took a bearing, and you can just about make out a lochen in the distance. We drove past that lochen on the way into the car park, and there's a couple of buildings down there. Well, I'm using that lochen as my guide, if you like. So that's pretty much the direction. It's pretty squelchy and a bit boggy, so there's a bit of bog hopping going on, but that's the direction I'm heading in. Well, so there you go. You can see a small lochen over there. Now in front of that lochen there's a track which takes you down to the houses that you can just about make out. So I'm going to head towards somewhere around about the middle of the lochen and them houses to pick up that track. So there's a little look, and you could see from way back, there's the houses as I described them, which turned out to be barns. Now I've picked up a faint path further down, heading to that track that I told you about earlier. So we're not too far from the finish now. Welcome to day 106 of my Munros challenge. Today I walked route number 122. It's Sunday the 26th of June, and I parked at the turning circle at Thursit. We walked Stob Coire Sgriodain and Chno Dearg. Pretty damned windy day, I have to say. So from the off, you're pretty much in squelchy conditions. The first Munros, Stob Coire Sgriodain, is quite rocky. It's quite angular, and you're looking up, you're thinking, wow, that looks difficult. I found a very faint track which went up the glen quite nicely, made its height at a really nice pace. Eventually I became pathless and headed up towards a grass chute, whereby I found a path on the top heading up to the summit, meandering through the various rocks and crags, etc. Unfortunately I walked into cloud. Now the cloud did clear very momentarily to look down at Loch Dearg. Unfortunately I couldn't see the two Munros opposite, which I plan to do tomorrow. So there was Stob Coire Sgriodain and Stob Coire Sgriodain, the other side of Loch Dearg. Unfortunately just not a view of them. Very windy day, got quite cold. So once I got over the top, you follow a path which meanders and drops up and down really through the various undulating tops afterwards. It's quite difficult underfoot as it navigates its way round towards the base of Chno Dearg. Very grassy, comes with a bit of a relief after what you've been over, until you get towards the top, where it becomes very, very rocky. So windy, I couldn't stand up. I had to sit down. I couldn't even get shelter behind the big summit cairn. Ridiculously strong winds. So I quickly made my way down. Very roughly took a bearing to get off and out of the wind. Then I found a better bearing through a very, very boggy, squelchy moorside, and it was pathless pretty much all the way down. There's various plateaus, if you like, where you get to, where you can keep taking the next bearing. Eventually I picked up a path which wiggled its way down to the main track at the bottom. Just such a difficult day. 9.5 miles a day was. It took me 5.5 hours, and there was 3,146 feet of climbing.